She says the alliance has done over 2 million arrests worldwide, and NASA and CIA created earthquakes in Haiti. Almost 1 million children have been kidnapped from Haiti by the cabal. They seem to do that with Haiti. They go and create these earthquakes and chaotic situations, and then they go in there and just kidnap kids. I'm sure they do that in all these poor island nations. And Democrats in a sting operation for stealing the election. And the symposium was also a sting operation. Democrats were sneaking in there, pretending to be patriots and messing around, trying to make Mike Lindell look bad, changing things, messing with information. And he had his own operatives in there, and they found them, and they were able to identify who they were and pull them out. So pretty cool. And this is coming from Whiplash 347. Trump will be reinstated as 19th president, elect a new VP, JFK Jr., and then something massive will happen. Trump will become king, as Melania is the queen of Russia. Anastasia, Romanov's granddaughter, JFK Jr. will have a new VP. General Michael Flynn is very possible. 7 trumpets, 7 presidential messages to everyone's phones on Earth. Remember Executive Order 13818. He has seized everything. 7 kingdoms. You know, the word that comes to mind when I think of Trump, President Trump, is King Lionheart. You know, he's a strong leader, but he's courageous and brave, but kind. And, you know, that's what I love about him. I think, you know, I don't know if this stuff is true about king and queen, but I can see that. He would make a great king. He's a king. He would be a king that people would love. Black Swan event, a catastrophic financial event appeared imminent that included food and goods shortages, leading to an international shutdown of everything that would trigger activation of the emergency broadcast system, Project Odin, the takedown of mass media, and switch to the greatest transfer of wealth in the world's history. A global currency reset, gold asset-backed monetary system, Tesla, free energy, and quantum internet. Last weekend and into this week, the Chinese elders, Trump, Department of Defense, and other law enforcement, including Interpol, were executing major arrests of deep state operatives in Reno. The mainstream media and big tech, social media to coincide with the RV shotgun release and Tier 4B start. You see, what's happening here is things keep getting pushed back day by day because it's like in a game of chess. If you ever play chess, and there's a point in the game where one of the opponents knows they're going to lose, you know, but they can still continue to play, but they really have no way of winning. And that's what the deep state is doing, is they're just continuing to play to cause as much damage on the way out as they can. And that delays everything. But at the same time, the white hats are using that against them. They're just catching more and more people that they wouldn't have caught before. They are just creating one sting operation after another, and the deep state's falling into it, and at least we're cleaning up more and more and more of these traitors. So that's a good thing. Excuse me. Let's see. U.S. Incorporated, Chapter 11 bankruptcy has occurred, according to General Flynn. The cabal's privately owned Federal Reserve and IRS have been closed. The White House, FBI, and other federal buildings in Washington, D.C. have been boarded up for months. Nuremberg tribunals, too, are in full swing. 2.7 million executions have already been carried out. I'm going to try to find some information on that. You know, if they've published anything, that would be nice. Photographs, anything. George News, Monday, August 16th. We caught them all. Yes, Tucker will help with the disclosure. And then, of course, WikiLeaks dumped all their files August 10th. and she's got links for the Clinton emails and other links that you can go to and check out. Yesterday they had a bomb scare at the, I guess it was on Capitol Hill, but it ended up at the Supreme Court. They had to evacuate whoever was there. People think it was an MK Ultra plant, puppet, trying to do a false flag kind of deal. Nobody trusts these people anymore. We're on to them. Everything they do, it's like, that's a false flag. Even if it wasn't, I mean, nobody trusts the mainstream media or anything. Linwood, food rationing expected to begin shortly. So Linwood has this starting on September 11th. We're going to take that day back, because whenever you think of September 11th, you think of the 9/11 tragedy. But we need to take that day back and make it a good day, because it was actually, from what I understand, the true date of the birth of Christ. So what he's trying to do is, we're going to do a strike on September 11th. That means you get prepared with all your food, your water, anything you're going to need, and you're not going to buy anything from any of these cabal companies, and just kind of, starve them out. Don't give them your money. And he is asking that everybody get involved. It's and I'm going to do it totally. So you'll hear me talking about it more and more. I love Linwood. He's such a nice guy, patriot, really loves this country, and he's really trying hard to bring it back for us. So I'm going to support what he does. Mike Lindell also. I've decided I bought a pillow from Mike Lindell like 3 months ago. It's actually a really good pillow. I never thought there would be differences in pillows that much, but it's kept its shape and it's still soft and everything. Well, my other pillows that I got at Costco, I think, which I thought were decent at the time, well, they're flat now. And even when I try to fluff them up, it doesn't do anything. So I'm honestly, his stuff is pretty good. I mean, it's worth the money if it's going to last a lot longer and the quality's better. And that's what it seems to be. It seems to be really good quality. So thank you, Mike Lindell. Not only is he a patriot, but he makes a great product. Okay. Let's see. On the big call with Bruce, who I guess is an insider, the Afghanistan crisis was fabricated. A new manager of the Afghanistan bank was making sure they were connected to the QFS. There were 600,000 retail businesses that still needed to be connected to the QFS and would be connected by Friday, August 20th. More arrests were taking place that were pushing out our start date. Things may come to a head with the media after Trump's rally on Saturday, August 21st. Several sources said Tier 4B would be notified August 23rd, and exchanges started that afternoon or on Tuesday, the 24th of August. And let's see, Real Raw News. This is actually coming from Q the Storm Rider he posted this on Telegram yesterday. You're not being told the truth of what's happening in Afghanistan. Well, I'm not surprised about that. Trump is playing a diamond spade card. The very super corrupt Afghanistan bankers, government, politicians, elites have been removed. Behind the scenes, a very powerful white hat flew into Afghanistan just recent and had a very direct message for them. From higher military ups, you are watching a masterful plan unfold. The Taliban is comprised mostly of students who are very aware of what's happening, pedophilia in their military and government elite classes. More will emerge of what's really happening there. Don't fall for the mainstream media news. There's a reason Trump made a deal with the Taliban. Deep state plans are not working. They want opium and Afghanistan resources rich in copper, gold, oil, natural gas, uranium, bauxite, coal, iron, ore, rare earths, lithium, chromium, lead, and zinc, talc, sulfur, gemstones, travertine, gypsum, and marble. Deep State wants Afghanistan to sell to China the resources. This will bring countries into war. Event. Plus, for those awake, you're watching a movie. Unfolds everything. Has meaning. Biden is falling. MSM is lying. Up next, Russia, China, US, EU, war games, Taiwan, events, the world is connected, the Great Awakening. It's interesting. I feel like getting out one of my risk games and putting up all these little pieces and trying to figure out what's going to happen next. Because it's what it's like. It's like a big game of risk, and all these different countries are doing things. So they have been, the mainstream media has been putting out all these stories, and I think they might be old stories, but I don't know, or just straight out lies, that, you know, they have people that are trapped there and that they're being beheaded and stuff. Don't straight up believe all that yet. I mean, we don't know for sure. There's a lot of questions with this whole situation. So I would stay away from the mainstream media. I know I look at Fox News once in a while just because they seem to be trying to, and I know Tucker Carlson, I think he's one of the better ones. They are trying, I think, to present the truth. And I know that at one point when they had that EBS date, and my dog's making funny noises, they were supposed to broadcast that EBS, and the media stations that did not, their licenses were taken away from them, and now I believe they're controlled by the White Hats. So that's what I think happened. It was almost like another sting operation, just to gain control of the media.